Hey everybody! This one's gonna be quite short because this is kind of a short story. But, so today I'm going to be talking about when I was like 12 or 11 years old. And yes, I don't remember my age. Okay? And I was on Royal High on Roblox, I was bored. I was just making me a s'more in the beach house. Okay? And then, someone in the chat asked to roleplay. Of course, I said yes because I was bored, And a lot of other people said that they would too, but the person who asked came straight to me anyways. So, she was like, "Okay, come with me if you want to roleplay," And she took me to these chairs where you could sit in them. And she told me to sit in one of the chairs, in a laying position. And she got in this weird sitting position herself, and she started doing inappropriate things, but in a game. She was putting inappropriate emojis and all that. And I kept saying, like, this isn't appropriate, we shouldn't be doing this. And she's just like, "Oh, but it's just a game, it'll be fine." And I kept saying to her, like, "I don't care, like, if this is a game, this isn't good." And she's like, "Oh, but you said you wanted to roleplay." And I felt guilt, and I was kind of being manipulated, I guess you could call it. Though, and it wasn't a game, and many people who I've told this to have said, like, "Oh, but it's not real manipulation if it's in a game." Like, actually, I think it is. So, someone tried to basically roleplay SEX with me on Royal High on Roblox, a game made for kids specifically. So, I went to go write down her username in a notebook so I could report her, because I would forget that username in a second if I left. So, I did that. But mind you, I was 11 or 12 years old. I didn't know how to report people. I've never reported people in my life in that game. Okay? And so, as I was trying to go report, I could not. And she never got banned. Yeah. I never saw her again, but apparently she's still out there doing that. But just to let you know, just because something like that happens to you in a game does not mean that it's like it is invalid and that like your problems should not be listened to, because that is literally terrible. Like, I haven't told any adult this, like, because this happened like 2 or 1 years ago. But it's still not okay. It will never be okay to do that in a game, no matter if it's in real life or a game. Do not let anything like that slide. Like, try your best to try and go report, because like I tried my best to go and report, but I didn't know how to report. So I was basically getting manipulated in Roblox in Royal High, while at it getting inappropriate comments in a game that was made for kids. And this was before all of the Roblox drama with Schlep and the weird emotes and the fact that Roblox is supporting pedos, all that. But I did not know how to report people, and they were like, "Oh, well, why didn't you just report them for doing inappropriate things?" I'm like, because I didn't know how to at that point. I never had to report someone because I shouldn't need to report someone. Like, this is a game made for kids in the first place. Like, no one should be saying those weird, inappropriate things. And the fact that, like, I think she knew I was a kid, and then, like I'm not even sure if this was like a kid who was actually a girl. I think this was just a person who, was like, oh, there's definitely going to be a bunch of minors on this game, and, half of them are going to be females, so why not just, go ahead and be on here, like, all that weird stuff. I don't know, but honestly, if this has happened to you, and, like, in real life or online, I am so sorry. That stuff sucks. Yeah, trust me, I should know. But, if you do not report, do report. Do not let that slide. That is terrible. Don't let it slide at all. But yeah, you basically got to hear me yap about something that happened to me in Roblox. I know this is a little bit heavy, but I'm gonna put trigger warnings for the video in the beginning, so that way so that way people are warned of what it talks about. Because I don't want anyone getting triggered by anything I said. So, yeah. But thank you for listening to me yap. I would really appreciate it if you did not put any comments, like, of what people, of things like, oh, well, you should have just reported it, or, like, you should have left sooner. Like, I was being manipulated, dude. Like, I was actively being manipulated while trying to be like, hey, I'm gonna leave. Like, I would have left sooner if I didn't feel the guilt of trying to leave and her being like, oh, but it's just a game, it's not real, you said you wanted a roleplay and all that kind of stuff. Like, I would have, And then sometimes, like, you know what, I'm gonna write down her username, I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna report her. I didn't end up reporting her because I didn't know how to report, Yeah, this is... Yeah, I was like 11 or 12 at this point, I knew what this stuff was, and I may be, you know, I knew that what this stuff was ever since I was like 7, and like, I'm not gonna get into any heavy detail of what I experienced with knowing what that stuff was at 7, and maybe in a future later video I will, but for right now, that is all I'm going to explain. I did not wish for that to happen. If I knew that she was going to do something like that, I would have never asked to roleplay with her. I would have just immediately left the game. But sadly, that is some things that just happen. And I wish I could go back and, like, not let that happen. But I'm less angry at myself now because I've realized she was the reason that I was, like, staying as long as I did. It is not because I wanted that to keep going. It is because I was being told, like, what? You said you wanted to roleplay and it's just a game. So once again, thank you for watching this. Have a great day. And please do not leave any hate in the comments. I am literally begging you. Please do not. Anyways, have a great day. Go drink some water. I love you and I'm so proud of you for being here. And yeah, you are loved and appreciated for who you are. Have a great day. Bye.